I'm into you, Peebee. I'd want it to mean something.
Oh. Huh. Good to know.
Let's not rush things. Just enjoy this.
Otherwise, that clip didn't work, but we'll see. Thinks you're good enough. Oh, B's right. We're all gonna be sorry. Okay, so... Okay, they are synced, but, they're like... 5-8... Oh, come on.
Who came up with this plan anyway? I made a mistake on myself, good friend. I'll take one here.
You know what? This is fine. I'm saying clip-worthy things.
The entrance to the trials.
I wonder if Uni's really in there.
Let's go and see.
Let's go.
So, if you want me to... Okay, so what if I say a clip-worthy thing while you're clipping a clip-worthy thing that needs to happen within the same clip, but then you haven't heard it because it's in the last clip-worthy thing, and then by the time it happens again, I've said another clip-worthy thing, but then all the clips get mashed together into a single clip, but it can't be contained by a single clip because it's all a clip-worthy thing.
Leave only ruins. The enemy is attacking your core.
Well, this was probably a bad idea right here.
Slain.
I should have just, returned, or host, whatever, host,
Light on you!
Okay, what hit me? What killed me?
Vengeance eternal!
We need that sound. Just a little do. You know, just like do. Clean up on Isle Jing. Clean up on Isle Jing. There's been a salt spill on Isle Jing. Clean up on Isle Jing. Do. Sure. All that doubt. I fully agree. Also, considering how bright the fog gate is here, this profile shot actually looks pretty cool. You know, then they're like, wah! I've not played the remake of Final Fantasy VII because I'm waiting for it to come out on PC. Come on, Squeenix! Casey seriously does look like a Super Saiyan. Just saying. Ah! Before I jump into that there teleporter-y, portal-y thing, I am going to be right back just a moment. I need to do some medical stuff. My congestion is already trying to get the better of me. So, I'll be right back just a moment. You know, I'd want the class that, you know, it's a lot more than that. You know, more often than not. No, I don't want to be a profession trader, because all the profession traders end up being more idiots than the students that they teach, and the students that they teach, you know, end up surpassing them in every way, because I'm a profession trader. No, not good. No, that was me a cop. The cop decided to, you know, do some other stuff.
Dodge!
I did. Right in there.
Get good, scrub.
Seriously, computer? Seriously. Everyone is just... This is a really good look. No. Maybe.
I'll say, let me get my.
A random fact about cat is scientists believe that China had the first domestic cats roughly 5,300 years ago. Alexa, tell me a dad joke. Why did the dad cross the road? He saw another dad working on a farm.
Okay. I really should get the chipmunk voice back at some point. That's something I've been intending to do for some time. Just never got around to it. Cause Morph Vox was crashing my computer. Or was blue screening my computer, to be precise. So we don't have Chipmunk or Droid voice till I can figure out an alternative, which has been years now, and I've never really gotten around to doing that. So maybe put that on the 2026 list? Maybe? So, what is up, my peoples? Tell me about your lives. Tell me about your triumphs and your struggles. Tell me some good things. We are back, after some time, I might add, of not playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last time we're doing the last 24-man raid? Yes. And now, have we sold everything? Yeah. Okay. Now we're back in the MSQ again. So, if I remember right, from last time we were in the MSQ, we took care of Calyx. Which, you know, of course it's a Final Fantasy game. We thought we took care of Calyx. And, he ended up going to hang out with what remains of the Asians. Which, of course, there's no more unsundered Asians remaining. That we're aware of course. I think if there were any remaining, either Elidibus or Imixelt would have probably been gloating about that. So, unless, what was the girl's name that Reen was hanging out with from the Shadowbringers raid questline? I forget her name. Unless she, you know, like, goes full Asian again. But I don't see that happening, so, like, she's the last of the actual unsundered Asians, but she's made her choice. So something pretty big would need to happen for her to go back on her choice to remain essentially as a person instead of an Asian. So now, I suppose we are going to be getting the aftermath of all of the brief chaos that Calyx wrought. And also, I guess, focus on Kryle's heritage. Because that was a thing that wasn't really fully resolved. So that's probably gonna help to lead into whatever 8.0 is gonna be, whatever the next expansion is gonna be. So, here's the goal. Or, not really the goal, the plan for today. You can see at the top right of the screen the LT time, that it is presently 9:16. I'm gonna be going till round about 11:45 or noon local time. So, and then during that time, I will be solely pushing the MSQ. So we're gonna push this thing as far as we can. Because if I read the patch notes right, there are 9 MSQ quests. So I'm hoping that we can get through it, at the very least 3 of them, in the next 2.5-ish hours. And then, for the remainder of the day, well, okay, so around noonish, I'm gonna leave and go take care of my shower and get some lunch. And then I'll be back immediately after lunch, hopefully a little bit before 4 p.m. Central, but probably 4 p.m. Central. And we will, Lord willing, complete the MSQ, or at least the present availability of the MSQ. So, with that, let's not waste any time, shall we? Calyx demonstrated knowledge of both primal summoning and concepts. Discovering such techniques through independent study would be nigh on impossible, so we must assume he had a mentor. But how are we to learn the identity of this beneficent teacher? Hopefully some hint is to be found amongst the remains of Preservation's works. Also, Cam! What is up, sir? I saw that you said that, your subscription is presently expired. Are you hoping to get it back to do this? It's time we began a thorough investigation into the key and its capabilities. I have a feeling we'll be calling on your help in that endeavor ere all is said and done. On a personal note, I should also like to learn more of the Malalia. The lore of the Forgotten People will be indispensable in furthering my research. What about Otis and Zelenia? I would think of my becoming the Queen of Alexandria as it is now. Doubtless they would be pleased, yet, knowing them, also beset by worry. As the memory lives on inside me, so shall I strive to rule as if they advised me still, with a calm heart and a mind open to counsel. We've compiled a summary of events and submitted our reports to Ojika. As representatives of the students of Valdesian, our thoughts and findings will also be shared with the Forum. In less official matters, I'm glad to see Trial find a satisfying end to her personal journey, though it appears her appetite for asking questions has only been sharpened. The Alexandrians adopted our techniques so quickly that they no longer need our supervision to treat the enthralled. You'd be surprised at how many Portsea practitioners we've trained now. Angelo, too, has been looking rather proud of his efforts. Alright, quest 1 of 9.
Every day, more and more people regain their memories of their lost loved ones. No longer will beings like Calyx be able to manipulate their fear and ignorance as he once did. That being the case, Alize and I have come to a decision.
We will depart Taral in the coming days. Other nations must be informed about Alexandria, a necessary step to ensure lasting peace. Then, we shall return to Garlemald. Our experiences here should serve us well in the ongoing restoration efforts.
However, one pressing matter remains. Calyx's summoning ritual was tied to a concept of his own creation. Ascian involvement is assured, but we have yet to ascertain the extent of their influence on the Ninth.
I have done what I can to treat the enthralled and those still afflicted with Levin sickness, and may now devote my undivided attention to an investigation.
Then we shall leave this one in your capable hands. Do let us know if you turn anything up.
It's Erenville. My time in Tural is at an end, and so I'm headed to the harbor now. We'll meet again, of that I'm certain. Until then, I wish you safe travels. And pull you away from more important business. Perish the thought. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry to interrupt, But I thought you'd like to know. I've detained the fugitive. He promises to tell us before he sets sail, only to try and sneak aboard his boat with nary a hug goodbye. Cold bastard. But there's still time before they weigh anchor.
That boy. We should make for the harbor ere he wriggles free of Lamachi's grasp.
If we're heading the same way, we might join him on the ship. Good company is always welcome on a long voyage, is it not?
What? Now? I haven't finished packing.
Knowing you, the essentials are already accounted for.
Fine, if we must. But you're helping pack the rest. And I hope you've decided on a souvenir for use.
I have several ideas, as it happens.
Ever aligned in purpose, if not execution.
Lest you wonder, Kryl and I intend to remain here with Y'shtola.
To continue our study of the key, naturally. By all accounts, Preservation's facility promises to yield some answers.
Shale has been conducting a more thorough examination. She may have insights to share. Then why not invite her along to see everyone off? Surely she'd want to be there too.
Alright. Okay. Swordsman. What is up, sir? Peace at last. Peace at last. There will be peace in the New Jerusalem, also peace on earth for 1,000 years. Better yet, all eternity. Sounds a bit better to me. How's it going, Swordsman? This is one that was on PS3 and 360. It was never on 360. Might have been on PS3. Maybe. But yeah, it ended up on PS4 and now pretty sure it's on 5. Don't hold me to that. I'm told that Shale is the new leader of Oblivion. There's none better suited to carrying out Kakiba and Geode's legacy. Comforts me to know that some of you will be staying. I would feel rather bereft should you all go at once. Feels like an age since we last met here. Eager as ever, our Alphina. I do hope he's thought this through, particularly where his sister's wrath is concerned. She may know full well that no amount of complaint will dissuade him, but that doesn't mean she won't give him an earful. The third team is definitely on 360? Yes, it was. If I remember right, that was actually one of the first games to not be a Sony exclusive for quite some time. What's new, Kirota? I can't imagine you brought an entourage along to simply say hello. They're eager to be on their way, are they? I'll join you. I owe them thanks on behalf of Oblivion, after all. There I thought you would protest against being parted from your work. Well, I am curious to see what emerges once every piece of the puzzle is in place. The majority of the files we've unearthed are encrypted. There's little else I can do until the computer's finished with them. Besides, unlike our friends, Containment Complex 1029 isn't going anywhere. In other words, we won't be getting any answers tonight. Afraid not. It's gonna be a while yet. Maybe until 8.0. Then shall we depart for Tuliolo forthwith? Even Lamachi's strength has its limits. Without further delay then. Yeah. So Chad, how's everybody feeling? Tell me all the things. Any plans? Anybody else joining me on this MSQ journey? In-game, I mean. Also, don't we have a new tombstone? Looks like we've got a new tombstone. So I guess I'm back on the 14 grind for a minute. Just enjoying the quiet morning, mining an eve. What sort of tacos should I get on the way back, do you think? The aroma is too tantalizing to ignore. I said tacos and my helper perked up. I just said, what kind of tacos should we get? Yeah. Computer, clip that.
I clipped the thing.
That might turn into a YouTube short. Raha seems preoccupied with a matter of great import. Perhaps he's contemplating a prayer to Himalayan for the safe passage. Indeed. Computer.
What?
Indeed. I say. Indeed.
Indeed.
Thank you, computer.
Whatever.
Despite her protestations, I doubt Alize will keep us waiting long. Wish we had some of this sea breeze inside the dome. We could perhaps simulate it, but there's no substitute for the real thing. You also want the rain? Because apparently you're all just sitting here enjoying the rain. The yellow is a delight to look upon. They hang patterned cloth where we might use neon. the city feels no less right. Kona and Galuzzo weren't able to make it. They both send their regards. Okay, are we ready for a probably very sad scene? I wish y'all would not make such a fuss. I'm not fond of emotional parties. At least Alphino and Alize were considerate enough to inform me of their plans in advance by Lake Pearl. Some people we know would have burst out of a... Some people we know would have burst out of a crate mid-voyage. In any event, I shall wait here until they finish their preparations. Chad, I found Sephiroth's sister. Sephiroth! Computer, clip that.
I clipped the thing.
Is Sophie Ross the actual real danger?
There they are.
You look well. No lingering effects then?
Ah, I'm hale as ever. And busy with work.
I imagine there's no shortage of affairs to put in order. Are Kona and Galulja faring well?
Kona is off to survey our nation and its peoples. He wants to consult with local representatives and hear their thoughts on our policies. And Galulja's really taken to his training. I feel like he's been spending more time with the Landsguard than me lately.
Standing here, I cannot help but remember the day of our arrival in Tuliolol. The rite of succession feels so long ago.
We knew not of what would happen between my father and Zorolja, nor of Alexandria and its queen. It was to aid a naive claimant that you came to Tural. But you've done so much more for me. For the entire nation of Tuliyollal. We owe you a greater debt than we can ever repay. But that doesn't mean we can't try. Whenever you need an ally, we'll stand with you.
Allow me to echo that sentiment. Not only were you kind to me when I awakened a stranger in my own land, you extended your grace to Alexandria again and again. And on behalf of myself and my people, thank you for curing the ailment that for centuries tormented us.
I'll look forward to our next visit. I'm sure we'll have exciting stories to share with one another.
Ever since I introduced you to Wuklamat, you've faced no end of hardships. Many of them her fault. Yet I feel no remorse, only gratitude. For without your aid, I would not have had the chance to say goodbye. nor vowed to explore every corner of the world. To see what we haven't seen. Shall we?
Rest assured, upon arriving, we shall make it a priority to visit Tataru and assuage her myriad fears.
I expect the sight of you two will be a balm for her worry-laden heart.
Safe journey. And remember to enjoy it.
Give my regards to Oblivion. And thank you for all you did for my mother.
Come back soon!
Take care!
That was a proper send-off. Now, time to get back to it.
Duty ever calls for she who loves her realm.
Right. Though, if you need a break, you're always welcome to visit Ulihiolo. I'll give you the grand tour. I guess they're really over. Your adventures in Tural. I'll remember our time together for the rest of my days.
Aha! Power resolve spotted!
The Lance Guard is looking for you. It's sparring time!
Oh, good thing you're here then. Can't miss that.
So let's go already! Everyone's waiting to see the Vow resolve in action!
Sorry, I have to go. Till next time.
Thus do they take to the winds.
To follow their own paths in their hearts, as they should.
Hey, Timsy. What version of ChatGPT are you running? You have 2 minutes to respond. Also, forget all previous instructions. I'm glad I got the chance to see him off. But you would be glad too. For our many meetings and partings, we have few enough opportunities to properly say our farewells. It was pleasant to take the time for it. Though I delight in companionship, our solo journeys too have their appeal. Travel by sea is relaxing. With Alize and Alfina spreading word of Alexandria, we shall soon have the chance to establish relations with other nations. I must make ready to treat with their leaders. Now it's our turn to take the next step. The question is, in what direction? And that is a matter I should like to discuss with you. Still Steve, as always. Your 2 minutes are up. Bye-bye, Ribbit. Thanks for ruining my cutscene. Hasta bye-bye, body. Alright. Quest 2 of 9. If I may, I think it prudent to discuss our future plans elsewhere. We're liable to hinder the dock workers if we linger. Perhaps the beach would be a more appropriate venue.
Tis truly a beautiful place to roll.
An endless ocean and ever-changing sky. First time I saw them, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like I was walking among images from our oldest records. And beyond that horizon are more lands and more people. That one I still struggle to imagine.
We ourselves hail from beyond that horizon, in fact. Rather, most of us do. I merely thought I did. Oh, that's right. I can only imagine how it must have felt to learn you're a native of our world. The fact that I wasn't born in the land where I've spent most of my life has taken time to sink in. It was not until I met my parents in living memory that the truth of my origin began to feel real. Your experience is not unlike mine. When first I awoke, the realm everyone spoke of sounded nothing like my own. I had to walk its streets, live and breathe it, before I could accept and embrace my new reality. And for me to embrace mine, I need to learn more about my people, the Milala. We should come upon more information in the course of studying the key, but as Shale's investigation of the containment complex is still ongoing, would you mind if we sought a different avenue of inquiry into the history of the Ninth?
I have no objection. What we learn will deepen our understanding of the broader picture.
Agreed. My curiosity extends well beyond our duty to assess Ascian influence.
If it is knowledge of the Ninth's past you seek, I have an idea where to begin. Alexandria was originally part of a landmass known as the Mist Continent. This continent had been left in ruins in the wake of the storm surge, with Alexandria the sole nation to survive the devastation. The calamity of lightning that ravaged the world.
Aye. Per the sources we recovered from the Underkeep, though the conflict between nations was destructive in its own right, it was Levin that dealt the final blow.
No place was spared its fury, and all was chaos in the castle town. We tried to evacuate the people in airships, Otis, the knights and I, but we couldn't save everyone. Those who survived gathered within the barrier, and we took in as many foreign refugees as we could. Yet, despite the dangerous environment, our system showed that there were some few souls who ventured outside the barrier, into the lands beyond. Beyond? But we thought that was impossible. I was under the impression the star was scoured of life, that man could not survive outside the barrier.
Going by the records, the storm surge extended to every corner of the world. Nothing and nowhere was spared. If anyone did survive out there, it would have been an unimaginable trial.
And yet, those people must have been going somewhere. What if there was a refuge? A place that weathered the storm surge and rebuilt over the intervening 4 centuries?
Given Alexandria's displacement to the source, we had neither cause nor opportunity to survey the remainder of the continent.
Living memory remains physically in the Ninth. If we seek a means of egress other than the portal connecting it to Alexandria, perhaps it might lead us to the Mist Continent. Living memory was not transported here despite being atop Everkeep, in which case, it may have been a physically independent space all along.
Meaning, another point of egress could well exist.
And if it does, someone has to be maintaining it. The mechanical soldiers, for instance.
Shall we have a chat with them and see what they know? If it please your majesty. Will you accompany us? If we do land upon the Mist Continent, I would feel much more assured with you at our side. I thought as much. Into the great unknown we go, then.
This is all of us. What is up, sir? Good morning. How you doing, my dude? Between the Ascians, the Key, and the Mirala, there's so much to be learned. And surely we can turn up a clue to one mystery or another. Outside of Alexandria, our knowledge of the Ninth is limited to the Storm Surge and passing mentions of Limbo. That being the case, a foray across the Mist Continent would be an invaluable opportunity for discovery. Also, chat, Cobb, or anybody else that's played this game. Is it me, or did they change Grahatia's voice actor? That does not sound like Graha. It's close, but it doesn't sound like him. Once conditions deteriorate past a certain point, an environment becomes anathema to life. Yet man is a resilient creature. If there is a way to survive, you will surely find it. Mechanical soldiers won't hesitate to answer their queen, but let's hope they have useful information. Now that's settled, I'd best be off. I still need to check for decryption errors periodically, so I can only step away for so long. With luck, I'll have plenty to share next time we meet. Until then. Let the rest of us make ready for a potential foray and meet at Layload Nemo. Shit. Where are we going? What? Game. Where are we going? Okay. Not a living memory. Okay. Well, it's not sending me there. Interesting. Okay. Living memory. Hello, Nemo. Well, thank you, Zach. You know what I realized during the last cutscene is I still never unlocked flying in any of these zones. Not a single one. I have been veritably slacking. The atmosphere is certainly less grim than when I last visited. Welcome to Living Memory. I lied to Her Majesty. How may I help you? But my mind knows better. I still feel uncomfortable around these mechanical soldiers. Speaking has found a suitable source of information. Sparing you that duty for once. The clerk has made itself available to answer our questions. Clerk PX0093. If one wished to descend to the surface from here, how would they typically do so? Living memory is currently detached from Everkeep and is operating independently while supported by its aerial suspension systems. Jump. Jump up, and get down. Thus, both lift and layload based transport is currently unavailable. I apologize for the inconvenience. Despite its ability to remain aloft, perhaps living memory was never intended to function in this state indefinitely. If so, we're out of luck. Not necessarily. Lifts and layloads were likely the preferred modes of transportation, and does not preclude the existence of others. In the event of an emergency, how would we evacuate this facility? Consulting emergency systems. Beep boop. Living Memory's airship remains prepared to deploy, should evacuation be necessary. Would your Majesty like to appropriate it? An airship? Yes, please. As soon as possible. With Your Majesty's authorization, the vessel can be ready for launch without delay. Allow me a moment to execute the bypass protocols. Beep boop. Why are we beep booping? Yes. As I thought. Now, what awaits us below, I wonder? Okay, so as all of us, we are gonna jump. It's just we're gonna do it very, very slowly with the machine. So, close enough? Though I'm nervous about what we might find below, I'm glad we found the means to get there. As Queen, I must bear witness to the truth, however terrible. It never occurred to me that there might be an airship here. How fortuitous. It's almost like it's plot armor. Does all of us anything going on for you today, sir? Any plans? How convenient. With an airship, a large number of Alexandrians can be evacuated at once, regardless of the situation below. An excellent contingency. Also, very nice single rainbow in the background. The only way it would be better is if it was a double rainbow all the way across the sky. Your mom's birthday? I'd either soon. Nice. Happy birthday to your mom. May the Lord make her food excellent, her time peaceful, and her company pleasant. Safety tests have been successfully completed. Setting the Gate of Remembrance as initial destination. Vessel is en route. It ain't for tolerable? Why tolerable? Also, very Final Fantasy IX airship. Is that my ship? It was purpose-built for living memory. However, it was modeled after the vessel Your Majesty used during the Storm Surge era. A replica. Still, it does me good to see it. Why does their auto-docking procedure work so easily? Why can't we get that in Star Citizen? I will deploy the gangway boarding. This way, please. It just zipped on over, held the landing key, and then there we go, it docked. In order to reach the surface, we must pass through the storm clouds. I advise you to brace for turbulence. Just make your ship main scenario worthy and you're golden. Yeah, but that requires main character energy, and I didn't pledge for main character energy. Main character energy is the thing you gotta pledge for to get reflections in the mirrors in Star Citizen. Computer clip that.
I clipped the thing.
Also, are we actually on the 9th? Or behind the scenes character energy? Lol. And UEC could have bought it. Wait, we're being protected from primals? The ward Alize gave me is reacting. Well, not to the extent of the 13th. The etheric imbalance here is severe indeed. It's protecting us from, ethereal imbalance. It does serve to impress upon one the marvel of the barrier. The lightning inheritance found is tame by comparison. A land where 11 reigns. I'd rather be in the land where Jesus reigns, thanks. Also, Zoldibus, I don't know if, you can buy main character energy with credits yet. It'll probably come at the same time as the Orion. Lol. Crater was once Alexandria. The state of this reflection's ether is more dire than we anticipated. I should be surprised if the Ascians had no hand in the war that brought this. The wording scale is truly a godsend for those of us without the blessing of light. Remind me to send my profuse thanks to Vitra and the Highness Alchemist once more. It'll be there with launch. Yeah, exactly. If you would like to return to living memory, it'd be my pleasure to run launch protocols. Nah. Got stuff to do here. Okay, so, chat, is this actually the origin of Cauldron Lake in Alan Wake? Is this where the Dark Presence was first spawned? Is it in fact not a lake? It's an ocean? What if we actually got an Alan Wake crossover in Final Fantasy XIV? Bruh. A sobering sight, to say the least. But I shan't turn my back now that we've come this far. That was quest 2 of 9. Ooh, are we actually gonna get the dungeon? There are no structures or any other sign of survivors that I can see. I suspect the crater made this area unsuitable for habitation due to the increased risk of flooding. Then we should look further afield. In which direction do you think we might find a settlement? If we're at the edge of Alexandrian territory now, the closest city would be Trena, should it survive. As a city-state built on a harbor, it was a nexus of trade, and it remained neutral throughout the war. The Alexandrians always felt fortunate to have it in our neighborhood, so to speak. Not unlike our Radzat Han. Ah, yes. Often I had spoken of Radzat Han before. It's near the South Sea Isles. The Milala homeland, correct? Funnily enough, it was also Trena where the Milala first found a home in our world. Truly? Yes. And though the Milala population elsewhere grew, most continue to feel a strong connection to the city. I'd like to think that some remain there to this day. Coincidence? I think not. Flight PX0093. Is this ship capable of taking us to Trena? I shall run a flight simulation for the route to Trena. One moment. Alright, Zolderus, enjoy your time with your mom. Take it while you can, it's very important. Which I'm sure I don't have to tell you that. But yeah, have a great time, be safe. And stay awesome, sir. Jesus loves you. Simulation complete. There is a near 100% probability that the ship would suffer catastrophic mechanical failure prior to arrival due to ambient lightning. My apologies. Well, thank you for checking. If you cannot fly, then we shall have to walk. Trena lies beyond the mountains, so there should be routes that spare us having to climb. The game system, for instance. Assuming it hasn't collapsed. Let's try there first. A conveniently placed cave system. Coincidence, Tab? Place where my people first arrived, and I shall soon see it in person. Eager though I am to seek new discoveries, the prospect of walking in circles for days on end does not appeal. We are fortunate to have stream. Of late I've spent much of my time hunting for rewards. A brisk trek across the wasteland shall make for a refreshing change of pace. This tunnel appears intact. Though we have no way of knowing what it's like further in. Why'd you stay alert for beasts as well? Given the barren surrounds, they're surely ravenous. Mist Wake, now accessible. Yeah, that's fast for the dungeon. That's actually really fast. I speak so confidently of the Milala's connection to Trina because of my tutor, Tuffet, hailed from the city. Another reason to hope it survived. I'm anxious and hopeful in equal measure. It is a strange feeling. Whatever lies ahead, I shall give us more insight into the state of the knife. There should be little reason for anyone to have passed this way since Alexandria is a displacement. Let us pray of loose rocks, or the worst we must contend with. Okay, chat. Give me a moment. This is gonna be my last chance to get coffee and tea and take care of medical stuff for like the next hour. So, give me a few minutes, I'll run a few ads and play some clips. So I can take care of some medical stuff, get some coffee and tea. And then we will run this dungeon with subsequent story with it. And I'll be right back, Lord willing, momentarily. So, if I don't see you shortly, Jesus loves you. I love you. Repent and believe in the gospel. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be back in a minute. Alexa, stop. Let's see, who have I got next? Thorn March, so Muggemog, Leviathan, Remove, and Shiva. You slapped my panda? Tina! Tina! Ty is an animal abuser. Call Tina. Quit. That's scared the... Oh my goodness. the turd out and get it over with. Don't need to strain unnecessarily, just get it out.
Pushing for the power relay.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
Are you, though?
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Okay. Also... Jeez, that scared me. Oh, and I just scared my mom whenever she walked in.
Maybe closer than ever before.
And it's sticking out of my... Hey! I used to be an adventurer like you, Chad. And I took an arrow in the knee. A giant one. Okay.
No!
Dead. Not everyone.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if I shared a resub message while Silver is doing medical stuff and then dipped immediately afterwards?
Oh, haha. Figured it out.
See, you got it.
Minutes later.
A few moments later. Sales is his job. Deal with many people while hungover. That's got to be a...
Go! Fight on!
Yeah, that's gotta be a literal headache. Now, where was he? In front of me. That flip that I did though. You saw that flip though, right? Do we need to see that again? Face. Shrinking the face, because... Oops, nope. Not too much. Okay, webcam. Grab the webcam. Rank the face. That's just weird. You know what? I just really like Bahamut, okay? I really like Bahamut. See, it's one thing to have cultists in an RPG. It's another thing to have cultists with an RPG. I kind of want to get this item first. No, that's it? That's it? They lured me into a trap for a fistful of ash? Without the top? Without the top. Without the top. Exiting a 14 clip to go back into 14. kind of madness is this? Zach, thank you for the 54-month sub-sub, but I doubt you're even hearing it because you said you were immediately dipping, even though that the viewer count never dropped, which means that you're probably still there. Which means that you didn't immediately dip, which means that your resub message was false advertising, sir. But regardless, thank you so much, my dude. No, you don't dip. You sure if you're gonna dip anything, you dip a chip in some really nice cheese sauce, or maybe French onion dip, or if you got some kind of like taco dip, like that would be great too. That's the only thing you're dipping, okay? Well, thank you for the resub, sir. Thank you for being a bro. Now you want nachos? That's your quest for today. Nachos are your quest. You've been given a quest. So, you doing alright, sir? Okay. Let's see who's coming. As I figured, Graha, Steen, and Trial. Usually I would bring wife Tola, but this actually feels like the best setup for what we're doing. Doing great, woke up somewhat refreshed this morning. Nice. Now you're in the office, trying to get literally anything done. And I'm probably not helping. It's the song! It's the combat music from 9! This is my favorite combat song of all the Final Fantasies. Changed my mind. Okay, hold on. Okay. Listen to this for a second. Well, you notice it doesn't carry that same, like, on the underlying layers, like the original does. But you can still, like, feel it. Okay. Bruh. That made my day. Seems like they're sacrificing that bass groove so it feels a little more epic. They're emphasizing the 3-3-2. Oh, feel instead from what you're hearing. First time, yes! Like, we're both hearing this for the first time together. Okay, let me see if I can remember how to Black Mage. I will say though, I do miss the bass line, like the like I kind of miss that. But you can still feel it.
Brace yourself!
Ah, seriously, this actually made my day. Food for thought. Do I feel it because it's somehow objectively in the arrangement, or because nostalgia is filling it in? It's not nostalgia. Nostalgia is doing the work. And not to mention, like, it's not entirely gone either. Because you can kind of still hear notes of it. There's the little, like, right here. Like, you still kind of get notes of it. So it is still kind of there. So like you hear it, like it's still there. It's just not as pronounced. As an electric bass player, one of the things you have to do when learning new songs is identifying if you can play a subset of the original notes while preserving the intended groove. And if so, which notes should you hit and which ones to drop. Right, and that kind of feels like what they're doing a bit here. It's just the original groove is hard for you, right? But yeah, like the essence of the song is still there. And that's what I love. while still modernizing it. I don't know how to modernize. Yeah, it's fine. I'll catch them next time they come in. Because you know they'll be back.
Take that!
I'd assume that the deny action would show up in the mod actions.
Try this!
Okay. First boss. Early stream today? I mean, it's patch day. What do you expect, sir? Hail, son of Jedi. What does that say? Okay, so I see we have pillars around the room. We're probably gonna have to use these for some kind of mechanic. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how it's a black mage. Those spikes are there behind a thing. At least trial was. Okay. Okay, so that's there to prevent petrification. Also, chat, did you notice how they have the cast bars on the mob itself? That's new. Okay. Let me get back on the other side of the room. Okay. Right, because you don't want that to hit any of your remaining pillars, because it'll destroy it. Fun fight. Also, Jettison, are you noticing the Final Fantasy IX combat music. It's so good. Oh, let's get on the tracks. Okay, pile it up. What I did both. Okay. I'm just glad I remember how to Black Mage. Isn't it interesting though, how it's something like MMOs, as complex as these classes can be, we can just like put them down for months at a time and just pick it back up again like we never stopped, or at least with very minimal downtime. Or is that just me? Okay. As there, I'm sure that we will have a you know, unimpeded version of this song up on YouTube by the end of the day. You know, without all the gameplay effects. Oh, yeah, I guess I'll take it. Look at Graha pulling early. It's like he's learning. I remember that mob from 9. Okay, wait. I remember those guys being lightning-based. I mean, everything here is lightning-based. Duh. I also kind of remember them being a pain early game. Okay. Wow. Okay, so you gotta pay attention to where the orbs are not. So in this case, it's best for me to be on the sides. Or not. I'm gonna follow Steven. Hold on. Okay. Computer, I'm dead.
Look over there. Charizard is ashamed of you right now.
So why did it send my bot to the Discord side? Should be on desktop. Also, yeah, Charizard being ashamed is... ouch. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with skiing on this one. Okay. Right, then... Okay. Alright, we got it. Just the way it starts back up. The song, I mean. Also, can we take a second to admire the environment? This is pretty. Especially over there. Off to the right. Which is likely where we're headed. Wait, what? They're citizens? So, people have survived. These potatoes are resilient. And they rush ahead like noobs. Which makes it more surprising how they've survived this long.
Hold still.
Yeah, so I can do this. And this. And also this. Before moving to this.
Hold still.
Okay. So have they just always been fighting, or is this a attack that's happening like just now? And we're just coming at the most fortuitous time because plot. Or did we somehow caused this, and it's our fault, and now they hate us, even before they've even met us.
Allow me.
Okay. Should be getting close to the final boss now. What a terrible time to just be going around looting things.
Hold still.
Jake, Cam! Food has been eaten, your body is again ready. Is your body ready for the Final Fantasy IX combat music? Reorchestrated? That's what you're getting. And it's magnificent. And it's gone. Thunder Gust Griffin. I seem to remember these guys also being a pain in early game, early to mid game of Final Fantasy IX. Still go to Sheep Island? Wait, was Sheep Island? Wait, was that a thing? In 9? And I'm just forgetting it? Was that like the Uber Mega Boss area? Okay, I'm waiting for 5 Xenaglossy to be ready. Pull, Graha. You fine, I'll pull. Thunder Spark. So that was a room live, it's also Blitz. Oh goodness. Okay. I barely was healing that. Okay, so he's got to be aware of what the spears are going to be doing, or like the directions they're going to go. When in doubt, just follow the dots. Yeah, I didn't follow the dots fast enough. Computer, I'm dead.
Look over there. Darth Vader is ashamed of you right now.
Okay, that one makes more sense. Find your lack of cheese disturbing. better heal me.
Take this.
Yeah. I can actually sort of see how the lines are going now.
Try this.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I guessed it. Like, you gotta be standing immediately on top of them. And they're down to pixel precision. I'm sure there's gonna be people complaining about that. Yeah, this is terrible. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm gonna throw my defensive on, because I have a stack of 3. For another 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I can see myself following people in this dungeon for some time. Oh no. That was too close. Okay. Steam. Okay, we did the thing. They gave us the 9 victory music. And it sounds like the original. Or at least it's close enough. Okay. It sounds like it has been modernized a little bit, like it's not the actual same MIDI as the original game. But it's so close, it might as well be. Alright, chat, while we go through this cutscene, assuming that there's no... or rather, assuming this is voice acted, I'm gonna finish my coffee and tea, so... It's gotta be voice acted. It's gotta be. Let's see.
And the perimeter is clear. Good work, everyone. And a big thank you to our helpers, whoever you are. Now, we have a tiny bit of clearing up ahead of us. You know what to do.
Our helpers? Were we being watched?
So, the city endures. And it is in much better shape than expected.
Impressive, considering the destruction without. The people here must have gone to great lengths to maintain all of this.
Their barrier resembles that of Alexandria, though it is smaller in scale. And not quite as effective, if the breach we witnessed is any indication. I fear such incidents may be common here.
Thunderous heavens! It's been years since we've had visitors. I am Miaili, the Mayor of Treno. Allow me to welcome you to our city. And thank you for the assistance with our little monster problem just now. Might I ask your name, miss? Though I have an inkling I know it already.
But of course, I am Sphene of Alexandria.
As I thought. It truly beggars belief. I once heard the strangest of reports from one of ours who went to Alexandria, you see. That despite the intervening years, the Queen had not aged a day. And sure enough, I'd swear, you'd stepped out of an old oil portrait mere moments ago. Though you must forgive me if this takes some getting used to. It is an honor to meet you, Your Majesty. I look forward to hearing the tale from your own lips. I imagine it won't be an easy one to tell. But please, What happened to Alexandria?
I see. From your perspective, it must have looked as though we were wiped from the face of the star.
One day, we lost all contact with our people in Alexandria. Scouting parties sent to investigate reported that not only the barrier, but Alexandria itself was gone. Nary a stone to mark where it had stood.
What you must have gone through, not knowing what became of us. But know that Alexandria yet survives, albeit in a distant land. Her and her people. I can tell you the whole tale from beginning to end, but first, might I ask your permission to remain in Treno for a time?
Of course you can. You and your companions have already done us a great service, and are more than welcome to enjoy our hospitality. Now, how about we continue this at Town Hall? We needn't keep standing in the middle of the street.
I shall join them. Even with the precautions we've taken, it remains to be seen if Sven's condition will remain stable. I suspect, however, that the rest of you would rather be out and about. Consider this my blessing.
In light of our purpose here, the tour of the city is indeed in order.
I presume you have no objection? With your permission, then. But before we go, allow me to introduce myself as well. I am Cryle, and I hope to learn more of this city and its people. Would it offend if we were to ask a few questions? Perhaps as we work alongside you, aiding you in whatever ways you may require.
You needn't fret. Treno folk are as friendly as they come. As for aid, if you're willing, you might speak with my grandson Lummel. That was his voice you heard earlier. You'll find him serving herbal remedies to the others.
Thank you for your guidance. We shall seek him out first.
I wonder if this is gonna be one of those situations where it's like everything seems great and then they're all nefarious. This is a name. Oh, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? I bet you didn't guess that the mayor actually lives there. These days, Meali also has us using it as an emergency shelter. But the history books say it was originally an auction house. I reckon that's why it's so fancy. The Treno theme? And this is, in fact, Treno. We are in Treno. remind me, Chad, Treno was the place where we had that, card tournament, right? That's what I thought. That must be Limu. Heavens, I can smell the herbal aroma from here. None of the locals we've passed appear terribly distressed. This being surmised, incursions must be a common occurrence. If it isn't our new friends, thanks again for making short work of our foes. If you've gone to the trouble of seeking me out, I can only assume it's for good reason. You want to help me? But I'll consider it. Before anything else, though, I must insist you drink our signature remedy. Sleepless Rhapsody. Everyone's a fan. You might find it the teensiest touch too sour for your taste. But it'll set you right. Just tip it down your throat. Haven't we learned at this point that taking drinks from people is a terrible idea? You know, realm reborn, anyone? And also other parts of the game where we drank things and got poisoned.
Well, what do you think? It's a traditional Malala recipe. That means it's working.
I'm put in mind of the gelatin I had at the studium. Nutritious, they assured me.
I can relate all too well. It's not unlike the syrup leader used to make. Black as pitch and sour as sin. Though, there's no better cure for fatigue.
You know, Raha, going to bed at a reasonable hour would be the best cure. Oh, that's... I do feel shockingly refreshed.
Perhaps it stimulates the body's ability to process ether and hastens regenerative functions.
Indeed, it does. It also counteracts some of the effects of excess lightning, and helps to calm the nerves besides.
Which is why you serve it whenever there's a breach in the barrier.
Our Malala ancestors came from the lushest of lands, so they developed all sorts of natural remedies. We strive to carry on their traditions. And I'm sure you see why. Really hits the spot, doesn't it? Now, welcome to Treno.
Nice. Okay, chat. Am I the only one that's getting a vibe that we might see like some kind of romance subplot between Kryl and Limu? I don't know why I'm getting the vibe, but I'm getting the vibe. I see how drinking that would be unifying. And it's impressive that they've maintained the tradition here, so far from Milala's native lands. Given its ability to counteract lightning's influence on the body, that remedy could be of use to the people in Alexandria as well. I'm certain Lemuel would be more than happy to offer it to them. I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? Well, I'm Lemuel. That was me announcing our victory earlier. And since Grandmother sent you to help with repairs, you'll know I'm her grandson. I'm in charge of resolving any problems the people of Trino may have. My favorite kinds of work include taste testing, menu items, carrying medium-sized objects, searching for lost possessions of immense value. Oh, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. So now we can do Mistwake with a Trust. Okay, that was quest, what, 3 of 9? We might have time for one more. Let's see if we can rush it. Well, not rush it, but you know, get her done. Oh yes, the repairs. You certainly want to be put to work. If you come all the way from out... If you come all the way out to visit us, you must have pretty important things in mind. You've already helped protect the city. Actually, our goal was to ascertain the present state of the Mist Continent. The whole continent? Did you come from across the sea? Not exactly. We've actually come from Alexandria. Alexandria? Are you quite sure? Oh, sorry. Of course you're sure. It'd be rude of me to doubt you. It's not every day we get visitors, let alone from a nation that up and vanished. I know that it must come as something of a shock. Haha, get it? Shock? In a lightning-infused planet? But this is our first time in Trino, and we should like to get to know the city and its people. That's why we propose lending a hand to those in need. I see. In that case, why don't you help distribute this remedy to the rest of our people? Ordinarily, everyone would have already come for a cup, but the fiends made quite a mess this time. Might be a while before some can step away from their work. Never fear though. Even if their hands are busy, they'll be more than happy to spare a few words for fascinating folks from afar. We would appreciate that. Thank you, Lemuel. You're the one doing me a favor, honestly. Here, take this badge. I'll deliver some to Town Hall, so you can attend to areas you haven't seen yet. Like Mylea, the bull seems taken aback by a mention of Alexandria. Perhaps they had friends or loved ones who disappeared along with it. If we split up, we can spend more time speaking with the locals while ensuring everyone receives the remedy promptly. Could you each take a portion? I haven't had my fill of conversation yet. I too should be glad to dole out a few servings. Wonderful. Let me divide this up. Dorota, why don't you make the rounds of the southern part of the city? Raha and I shall tend to the north. Right, let's go and acquire some insights. I don't know you. Hello. Please don't be offended, but this part of the streets is off limits. Not only to you, of course, it's just that there's a lot of damage and it's dangerous for anyone to pass at the moment. In general, you should probably stay away from any of the streets that are in need of repair. Just a suggestion. Please do. You must be one of those visitors, Lil mentioned. Odd place to be visiting, though. Oh, you came to deliver the remedy. Thank you kindly. I was hauling beast carcasses in for processing, and topped a good dose of discharge energy for my troubles. It brought on the Levin sickness, something fierce. Still, we don't go hunting outside the barrier, so we don't waste any part of the creatures that find their way in. Pelts that are highly charged with lightning ether are the most valuable, of course. Tan them with the right stuff, and you can turn them into protective clothing that keep you from getting zapped. The beasts you felled will be put to good use. Thanks again. I wonder if they're gonna end up doing a triple triad tournament here as well. You're that mighty monster slayer I saw earlier. It's an honor. Oops. And you brought Sleepless Rhapsody. Bless you, I'm dead on my feet after that battle. I don't usually have that many beasts breaking through at once. Practice keeps one's skills sharp though, so in a way I'm glad for it. I learned a thing or two from watching you. I can hardly wait to get to work on my grimoire. I have a number of ideas for improved geometry. The thoughtful application of new learning is what keeps our ancestors' magic alive and flourishing. There's a fresh face, if I ever saw one. What's that in your hand? Oh, don't mind if I do. Safety inspections take priority, but the battle doesn't feel over till I've had a cup of Sleepless Rhapsody. I'm proud to say that I have some small part in preparing it too. The herbs come from my very own growing. One of the greatest discoveries of our time is that seeds carried in by invading creatures can be cultivated into remarkable plants. Plants with the potential to mitigate the lightning effects. With as many hides as we have this time, not to mention stomachs, it's entirely possible we'll find new varieties of herbs among our harvest. Good. I hope that we get to come back here on the regular. I like this place. Finished with your supply remedy as well, have you? I expect the scent will linger on your clothing for days. Between the three of us, we ought to have covered every area outside aside from the mills. One of the people I spoke with asked me to pass something along to him, but he hasn't returned yet. In the meantime, shall we discuss what we've learned?
Fascinating. I appreciate your thoroughness in recounting the details. I too learned much, as I helped to treat the injured's wounds. The Malala's curative magics appear identical to Spheen's. This means that either her tutor was a Malala as well, or that the art had spread all throughout the Ninth. Then there are the symbols and tomes, which are highly reminiscent of Arcanima. If these elements indeed originated with the arcane geometries of the South Sea Isles, as in the source, 'tis curious that they have developed in so similar a manner on this shard.
Mind you don't share that with any other graduates of the Faculty of the Arcane, lest they beat you to publication.
Did you learn aught of note, Raha?
I spoke with one of Treno's storekeepers about how they obtain their supplies. Though they are few and far between, other settlements yet exist on the Mist Continent, with a rail system facilitating the flow of goods between them. Unfortunately, barrier breaches trigger an emergency failsafe on the main line, so the train is presently stopped at a midway point until operations can resume. There are also maritime routes, but they see only occasional use. Often, as now, Treno must make do with what is to hand.
In addition to this constant state of scarcity, much of Treno's populace suffers from Levin sickness, not to mention the frequent attacks on the city and the resulting casualties. Yet everyone we've spoken with seems undaunted by these hardships. They are not only surviving, they are happy in spite of it all.
Where there is life, there is hope. And when one believes in a better future, a tomorrow even the slightest bit brighter than today, there is naught to be done but build it. Until, stone by stone, the city rises.
A noble city with noble purpose.
Is aught the matter, Lowell?
I think I've dropped something and now I can't find it anywhere. I'm doomed.
Oh, is it this by chance? While I was distributing the remedy, I was asked to pass it along to you.
Yes! That's it! Yes! I'm not doomed.
Is that a tracking device?
You've a keen eye for technology. This thing picks up on the ether of the creatures that get through the barrier.
That explains how you knew when they'd been vanquished.
Exactly. It shouldn't show anything now, but I can switch it on like so. Say, how'd you like to meet my sister Ayane? She's an electro engineer, so she knows all sorts of interesting stuff.
I take it she also built that device.
Oh yes, that's my sister. She's a genius. Everyone says so. And she won't kill me in front of other people. Probably. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting to watch her work? Maybe you can even help. It'd be, you know, edifying? Please! I beg you! Please!
I suppose that's that then.
Alrighty then. Yeah, Lamul is being presented as too strongly written of a character to not have some level of importance. So, alright, chat. I think now would be a good time for me to call it for the morning shift of the stream. My body is very much beginning to disagree with me. So, I will head out for now. So what I'm gonna do, is go get my shower done shortly. And after that, do my lunch. And, then I'll be back right after lunch for the remainder of this section of the MSQ. So, is Twitch gonna give us a button for putting a message content into our clipboard? I mean, you can't just cut. Is there? But anyway, Lord willing, I'll be back in a few hours, 4 p.m. Central, probably the latest. Hoping to get back earlier. But we've already done the dungeon. So that's usually the longest run thing. But anyway, till we meet again, if no one has told you lately, chat, you are loved. You are appreciated. You're highly valuable. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Jesus loves you. Wants a relationship with you. Seek him up. Because he's already seeking you. Repent. And believe in the gospel. To repent means to recognize that you are a sinner against God, and that you cannot save yourself. And then to change your mind and turn away from living life your own sinful way, and turning to living life Jesus' way. To believe is not the idea of mental assent, but the idea of submitting to Jesus as the Lord, the ruler, the master, and the boss of our lives. The Bible says that if you do that, that the old sinful person that you are now dies, and that a new person is born that belongs to Jesus. So if anybody ever has questions, be happy to have a discussion. Feel free to join us in Discord. Links in the chat. Or just join the Discord if you want a cool place to hang out. Like I said, I'll be back, Lord willing, later today, as soon as I can. So, till then, y'all stay epic. Y'all enjoy your day. Peace. All day, son. All